Do you have a plan, or do you have a strategy, or are you confident in your strategy to effectively pass your assets to the next generation? You see, I see this all the time when people have worked their entire lives to build and accumulate assets, but they don't pay close enough attention to the details of how those assets are going to pass to the next generation. So today I want to just share a couple quick pieces of advice for you to go out and take immediate action on and make sure that your affairs are in good order. All right, and the first one of those is your legal documents. All right, I'm not an attorney, not claiming to be an attorney, but here's some things that you need to think about. Number one, when's the last time you looked at your last will and testament? Do you have a last will and testament? You see, the last will and testament is really the catch-all. It brings every asset that you have and gives direction on who that is going to go to if you don't have a named beneficiary or you don't jointly own that property or that asset with another person. All right, so whether it be vehicles, whether it be the house, whether it be the stuff inside of your house, there's lots of different things that will and testament, you can direct who you want those things to go to. So if you haven't reviewed it in a long time, please go out and take a look at it and make sure it's doing what you want it to do. Another one is your power of attorney. Who do you want making decisions for you, either in the financial world or the medical world, if you can't make those decisions for yourself? So those documents are extremely important. Another one, and this one hit close to home a couple years ago, is that you need to have your living will in place, and you need to make sure it's close to your vicinity. Because we found out in the medical world, they cannot take verbal instructions on a living will to do not resuscitate or resuscitate. So if you want that living will followed, and again, that's when you're giving direction on, I do not want life-sustaining efforts to be done, I want to pass away peacefully. If you don't have that with you in a written form, the medical field will not accept it. All right, so those are a couple legal documents, your will, your power of attorney, and your living will that you need to make sure you've got up to date and that they are going to be your wishes that are followed. Next step is your beneficiary listings. So here's where I'm talking about like IRAs, life insurance contracts, annuity contracts, 401k plans, any account that you've listed a named beneficiary. Have you reviewed them in a while? I see it all the time where people don't even have a beneficiary listed on their 401k plan. All right. Or maybe they've gotten divorced and they haven't even updated it and it still has their ex-spouse. Probably the last person they would ever want to see that money go to is set to inherit their 401k plans or their life insurance contracts. So please go out and review those. You typically have a primary beneficiary and then you have a contingent beneficiary. Those contingent beneficiaries receive the proceeds of this account if the primary beneficiary has predeceased you. All right, so again, make sure you're listing them properly. This is one of the most overlooked and mismanaged pieces in the financial world today because people don't list things accurately. So here's an example. If you list your kids as your contingent beneficiaries, do you want their assets or their share of the proceeds to go to their children? Or do you want it to go to the other children that you have? And do you have your beneficiary listings written that way? Right? There's no right or wrong answer, but most people don't understand what the difference is between per stirpes and per capita. So if you don't, please go check those things out, as those are things that you'll want to make sure are in good order. And then finally, the last piece, and this is something that I picked up at a conference probably 10 years ago or so, but it's the idea of holding family meetings. All right, family meetings for estate planning can do wonders for your family. And all I'm talking about here is you getting together with your kids or you encouraging mom and dad to sit down with you and your siblings and have a conversation. All right, what are mom and dad's wishes? Where do they want to be buried? Who do they want to have as pallbearers? Who do they want to be as executor? Maybe you know some of this information, maybe you don't. But if you don't take the initiative to ask the questions, either as the child or as the parent, nobody's going to know your wishes. And I see too many people that call it the easy way, take that approach, and then there's just complete chaos when something does happen to mom or dad. So 3 areas that you can go out and right away take action on. Make sure your legal documents are in place. Make sure your beneficiaries are up to date and written how you want them to be. And hold one family meeting. Have somebody take notes. Have somebody write down your wishes. There might be some tears shed because it's never fun talking about passing away. But if we can get our affairs in order while we're all of good conscience and good state, it's going to be a lot easier to follow through on those wishes versus waiting until it's too late. And that's when it really becomes challenging, because maybe somebody can't make those decisions. Maybe somebody can't communicate those decisions. And we've probably all heard horror stories like that. But please take some initiative and go out and get your affairs in order to help you effectively pass your assets, your properties, your business ownership, pass that as you wish them to be passed to that next generation and leave the legacy that you all want to leave. So thanks for spending some time with me. We'll be seeing you soon. Take care.